People are saying, yeah.
Everyone is saying, Paddy, terrible hat, beautiful hair, great coffee. His legs almost as smooth as Malanilas.
What episode is this, Chad?
Episode number 117.
And we're live in person.
Licky live in person.
Why are we here?
Lick lips, smile.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do a little rehearsal here in a few minutes, right?
Make a little noise
Yeah.
with the boys.
We've got at least one song we have to relearn.
You mean learn?
Yeah.
Learn.
Relearn means that we knew it at one point, which is not true.
Yeah. So, big topic of conversation. Just yesterday, we got the mastered files for BLAGMATIC.
So that would have been your Thursday,
Yeah.
not today.
Yeah. Yeah, not Monday.
Yeah.
Whenever you're listening.
Need a flow chart every time we do this. I can't remember what fucking day it is.
Yeah.
Chris Longwood, our friend who mastered, he's already worked with us. He mastered the 2 Christmas singles we put out last December. Did a great job. And so he's been spending the past 2 weeks working hard on this, getting this album mastered. And it sounds, we sent it, we got it yesterday and we all jumped in our car to go listen to it. I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon.
Wow.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't jump in my car. I actually stepped into it because if I jumped into it, it would hurt.
Yeah.
Hurt something. That's not fucking Fred Flintstone. Although my old car was like that. But yeah, no, I was telling Patrick before we started, I had it on my phone, just listening to the phone speaker. And even that sounded great. I mean, the iPhone is the shittiest way to listen to anything, including a telephone call. Mm-hmm. But they call it an iPhone. I don't know why. Anyway, but then I got in my car on my way home from my thing that I did with Alan last night. I was like, fucking cranked that thing up in the old faux runner, and it was fantastic. Sounded great. I can't say anything more because it's just fucking great.
Yeah,
people are gonna love it.
And I was so nervous too. Like whenever these mixes, because we've gone around with these. Well, all these mixes, most of them anyway. Some of the later mixes didn't take quite as long, but I was just really nervous that I would listen to it. I'm like, I don't like it, but I like the first note. I listened to it on my laptop first, and it just jumped out, cut through like better than it had before it was mastered. And then hearing all the songs in sequence, like you were saying earlier, that really kind of brought it. That was kind of enlightening. Like, oh yeah, now it's actually a thing. It's like a completed piece, and the songs just sound better to me together. They seem more like it seems like more like a real thing now.
Yeah, I'd seen we had been so stuck so closely to these pieces and work on them individually for so long, it seemed, to have them just blow by you in because our first record was mastered, but kind of just lightly touched, lightly mastered.
It wasn't mastered, it was mistered.
Yeah, exactly. And so this one, Christopher Longwood has that ear, and his reputation, it's all, once we started recording, it's all I wanted to do was hand him the tracks and say, go to work. He went to work on it, and it just, like I say, to have them blow by in order and at that volume is just nice now, because you don't, anything that you want to change, you're done. It's you got to enjoy that. You got to enjoy what you did now.
This occurred to me. It's like maybe we could have Chris Longwood remaster Standards for us. I could just go find the Red Book CD.
Yeah,
let's just re-record it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was just thinking because that was back in 2000. That was before people were listening to stuff in earbuds and stuff all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, we had iPods, I guess, but there was no iPhones or anything.
I have no interest in touching that record again.
Well, the nice thing about Chris too was that he seemed like enthusiastic about the project. It wasn't just like a job for him. Like, okay, they sent this thing, I got to remaster it. Here's what I hear. He was into it. He's invested in it just from an emotional standpoint, I think.
And he knew us. He's known about us for a long time.
Yeah.
And when I asked him if he would master it, he said, "I was hoping, to work with you guys." That was his initial jump out of the seat moment. And we couldn't have got anybody else.
Was it Mike Macklin who originally mentioned Chris to us?
Yeah,
I know Paul already was working with him, but yeah.
and I'd spoken to other people that I've recorded with him way back when he worked at Sugar Hill. I had friends of ours that had worked with him and said, "Oh yeah, don't go anywhere else."
Because Mike knew him like from way back, like right when he was recording. Or am I making that up? Like when he was with recording with the ventilators?
Yeah. But Mike, those guys would go in at 3 a.m. and record their demos and their.
So that goes way back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so we have so now what? So now we put the single out. We'll do the first single and we'll get that out and we have we talked about last week too. We have the artwork as we speak is being worked on. And the album cover, the layout, and all that stuff, and so now comes the easy part. We give it out to people and
rake in the dough.
Good.
What?
You mean the DOE?
Well,
DOE.
Yeah. Now it's the part where we wait.
Yeah.
So once we send the order in, it's going to take several months before it's printed. But like we're saying, we hope to be. We'll be building the hype up through that. And then at some point between now and then, our friends on Reward Music will be able to hear the whole record. And I don't know. We have to figure out the whole the promotional timing and stuff. We're going to have the pre-sales first and then have the preview listen for fans at the same time a little bit later. I don't know. And all the singles and stuff. We have to kind of map this out over the next few months to make sure we're milking it properly.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Okay.
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's cut that part out in case.
Is the milking extra?
Yeah.
And where do I sign up?
Yes.
Because there's 11 songs on this record, and there's like almost as many singles in the can as well. Some of them still need to be kind of put finishing touches and stuff like that. But how many singles we have? Because I'm trying to think. At least 5. Yeah, 5 or 6.
We're one of the wonderful things, one of the many things that you figure out when you start work on a record in a studio and you pepper in these singles that we're eventually going to release is
oh crap! I forgot all about those.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We've got a ton. We've got a ton of stuff because now, of course, here we go. Tangent time. So. We went into the studio during the pandemic, and Paul was good enough to bring us in and let us do our thing, and in that time we went out and we said, oh, we got to do this single, and we would use different people at different times to come in and work on the singles. So now a lot of those songs won't see the light of day because we've changed them again and again and again. So the album. The time it took to release the album got pushed further and further away because we ended up doing other songs because we had to use what we could use at the time on the again. It just when's the record going to be ready? Hey, is the record ready? Are you guys recording? Yes, we're recording. But we couldn't work at the time that we wanted to. We couldn't go in and do 2-3 songs in a day because we only had X amount of hours in a pandemic because you're. Mm-hmm. Essentially isolating and we had to make sure that everybody was good, with illnesses and, and life gets in the way and what. But so these singles are sitting waiting for us to do something with that because I'd say we recorded in all with the record. I'd say we have another 10, maybe 8 songs. And of that we'll use 3 or 4 maybe or take pieces. But lot of stuff, lot of time and a lot of hours, going in and, my favorite thing at the time was learning stuff and saying, hey, this is how this goes. Let's play it now. And we play it. And then if we took it out live and played it live, it would completely change. Mm-hmm. So we're
definitely.
Yeah. So that's what that's what we're going to do going forward. These songs will be performed live first. I think there's only one song on this record that nobody's heard.
Yeah.
I think that's
right. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we've done, there's the cover song that we've done on live streams.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, I guess we have played it a couple shows, but it's been rare. We haven't played it recently. So yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe 2.
Yeah,
because we played it. We were talking about Delilah. Tom Jones' Delilah is the other one.
I don't want to give it away.
And you can edit it out. I have no control over that.
That's all right.
We can find new bass player. anywhere, anytime.
Actually, you can't.
What?
You can't find a good bass player anywhere.
I said another one. I didn't say a good one.
A bass owner, a part-time professional.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right here, guys.
Yeah. I'm the shiny one.
So Delilah.
Yeah. So
The other one.
yeah, Delilah, and the other one is The Lights of El Paso, which has not seen the light of day. And ironic.
No pun intended.
Or
Yeah.
the Lights of El Paso.
Yeah. So no, that's not true. Your mother heard it.
Yeah. Well, just recently, just yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hadn't played it for her before. Actually, I think I did play her the rough. Because I was excited about the track when we just did the basic tracks. I think I played her the basic track
Oh, okay.
right after we recorded about it. She didn't remember. You know, she's always like that. That's nice, son.
That's the one that kind of caught that when I heard it, that caught me off guard in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way, because it's like this won't matter to the listeners at home even once they hear it, but learning that song and working on that song for as little as we did, I think we all, except for maybe had a different vision of what that song was going to be. Mm-hmm. And then when you start singing, it's like, oh, okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
This is even better than what I thought was going to be happening. The way the melody works and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It was just, it was great. It was great.
It's been a long time coming here because I can't remember when. It was last year you came, right? Because I remember I came over here and you showed me the riff, which I think was a riff I'd heard you play before, maybe shortly before
Maybe.
that.
Yeah.
And I came over. I can't remember. We're about to head to a show or something. You said, "Hey, listen to this," and you had your stuff plugged in, and the house is shaking. And you played the riff, and then I think you had the train beat on the BR 1180. You said, "Check this out." So the train beats come in. I was like, "That's fucking cool." Yeah. And then like you were saying, when we went to go rehearse it several weeks, whatever it was, maybe I think it was the same week. It was pretty soon after that. I don't know. And I heard you sing it for the first time. And that was like, oh yeah, because I had no idea what you're going to do with it vocally, and so now to finally have this finished piece now is I think this is really for me is a standout. Well, there's a lot of tracks in this record I really like, but this one I think is going to stand out just because it really doesn't sound like anything that we've done before. Nobody's expecting this song.
It's called the Spanish Inquisition.
One of the reasons why I think we put it last, because there's really nothing that can follow it on this record, I think. Plus, the way it ends just sounds like it's just a great ending, I think. So I was telling my mom last night because that was the track that she zoned in on when I sent her the master so she could listen to it. She's like, "What is this? This is really cool." I said, "Oh, Patrick wrote that." Patrick wrote that? I'm like, yeah. And so I told her the story.
Who?
Yeah, I told her the story how Patrick, how you got the idea for the song, because there's something that happened. We've told the story on the show, I think, before. There was an event that happened. We'll say that for another time. But there was something that happened on a tour that inspired the song, and the song itself actually isn't about that. It's just kind of the flavor or the mood or the setting, whatever the ambience. I forgot where I was going with that now.
Cool story, bro.
What was I saying? Anyway, it's just great to finally see it finished. And then, but that's what I was saying. I think that song especially on there, and a couple other ones too, are really kind of an indication, I think, of where we're headed. Creatively, I think, not that everything's going to sound like Lights of El Paso, but that's such an eclectic song that I think it's a little bit more demonstrative of where we're headed. I think, in a way.
Yeah. So I will just stay on that point for a minute. Just recap the story again, because so what happened was we were on tour. We were going out west, and we had left late in the afternoon to go out. Remember, we're going all the way to California. We're not just going to the next town or whatever. So we left kind of late in the afternoon. So by the time it's hit San Antonio, we may have got the last coffee there before everything's going to shut down. Then you're going to be in the wilderness essentially until California. But so we're driving out, and by the time it hit San Antonio, it's kind of wrecked. And then by the time it hit the hill country, more wrecked. And then by the time I got to what I thought was a truck stop, extremely wrecked, major wrecked. And so I thought, like I said, it was eyes kind of fuzzy, and I see the cones on the road and the lights flashing. I think it's a way station, so I'll just go around. Ends up that wasn't a way station. That was what they call customs, U.S. customs, motherfucker. And within a minute, the Steve Earle song comes to mind. The DEA's got a chopper in the air, and and dogs and bikes and Mad Max, and I mean every Star Wars, everything came to a to a massive thing. Anyway, so we were, hey, you naughty boys, and so they got in. They like searched dogs in the car, everything. Or in the van, Deirdre.
Yeah.
At the time. So that was the song I was going to write about. So I'm sitting down to write this song, and it doesn't match the riff I'd written, nor the idea and the way I want, because I wanted to keep that, that heavy thing with the melodic thing and do that. And it didn't work. So I changed the story, and the story kept changing. So this song was the bane of my existence for the longest fucking time. Just could not get it because I couldn't get the story right. And I wanted everybody dead. I wanted shootouts. I wanted, but I didn't want to go over, I wasn't, I kind of painted myself into this short because I don't want to hear the riff too much. I don't want to hear the you want to,
Yeah.
So I had to squeeze it down into a small say. Anyway, this may be way too much information for this song, but I spent a lot of time just redoing the words. I'm sitting out on my porch one day, I do this writing thing, and I'm just sitting out, and the record's finished, and Paul shouts across the street, "Hey, you're not rewriting El Paso, are you?" I go, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Go mix our record." But yeah, it was just torturous to because I don't want to to do da over the song. You want to put the story in, and you want to have it match the weight of the anyway. So
Yeah.
So that was the story with that one, and we for the longest time thought the song wasn't going to end up on the record because I hated everything that we put down, lyrically hated everything that put. I liked the way that the song flowed. I liked the size of it and the weight and the power and but the lyrics were just not matching. So I said, well, we'll just turn the vocals down and turn the music up, and we'll just. But I do like the song now. I like that, and our guest musician on that was just killing it.
I was about to say, Willie, my old friend Willie Golden, who I went to high school with, whom I knew back then as a saxophone player. He's actually a really good saxophone. We have a lot of saxophone players in our immediate circle.
Two.
Yeah. That's
probably one too many.
More than most people have.
Well,
We call them sexy phones, though.
But he was a brilliant sax player. He used to play sax with a band called Zeus's Pedals. A lot of really good friends of mine were in that band back in the day. And but now Willie is a lap steel and a pedal steel player. And when Patrick mentioned, I think we want pedal steel on this track, and I said, "Oh, I know a guy." So we gave Willie a shout, and he came in and played on it. It sounds great. And so he's hopefully going to be. He does want to sit in with us when we do the Ramble
Twang
the
Twang Fest.
Yeah. He'll definitely be playing. So we shall break out that song at that show.
Yeah, so that was as you could probably tell, we're very excited now. We finally have product in our hand.
I was going to say that.
You
Go just tell that we're excited about this thing.
Yeah,
we are excited about it.
We definitely are. And what really brought it home was the fact that the three of us last night contacted each other and said, "Hey, do you like the order of the tracks? Do you like the flow of the record? Do you like the mix, the final?" And both of you were, "Yes," and in all caps. How fucking good is this record? That was a
Yeah, it was good.
Load off.
Yeah. It's driving home, it sounded good in the car, and I just like this is. I'm actually proud of this record. Good. A lot of times when this is a personal note, but a lot of times when I record stuff, I'm like, that's okay. But like lately, like especially this record, it's like, oh, that's except for that one song, I don't like my drumming on it, but that's okay. It's okay. See if you can guess which one it is, folks. When you write the record, see if you can guess what song I don't like my drumming on. But the band sounds great. The band sounds tight. It's you. If you buy this when you buy this record, people at home, you will enjoy this record very much. I promise you.
I think so. I know which one you're talking about, I think the fact that we can take this out too if we need to, but I think the fact that we play it and we've grown it, we've nurtured it and pushed it and expanded the parameters of what we had initially.
Yeah.
It really does make that it feels to me like we're constricted in it, that we're holding back just because I know what we're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably like a lot of records that recorded during the pandemic. It's, there's a couple tracks on there that were pretty well matured already.
Yeah.
So those, if you're really paying attention, you could probably figure out which ones they are. Yeah. Songs that we've already been playing for a couple of years. And so those arrangements were pretty well set. But some of the other ones, we never tried to do arrangements on the spot in a recording studio before. So that was something new. So the album definitely kind of bears that mark. But it's still really, really, really good. So I had to try to, because I know what you're talking about. Like there's a couple of tracks on there, and some things I'm playing. I'm like, man, because I'm not playing anything anymore.
Right.
And it's I kind of just had to separate myself from what I know I could have done and what we all know we could have done. So sure. Standards was that way too. Not because the songs weren't mature, but because we kind of rushed through the whole recording process for that one. And plus we had to stop and start twice. And we've already told the story about Standards once.
Yeah. And people that haven't heard it before, just we raced to get the thing done, but we also got the obstacles that we hit were ginormous in that we were working with people that said that they could do the job and couldn't. So we ended up essentially threw everything into a bucket, and we gave this bucket of slop to a guy and said, we need this yesterday. And that's why Standards is that's why I don't have any interest in going to touch on it, just because it was one of those moments that it could have been, you can't slide it. I mean, people would be shocked if they knew how well that record did. Yeah. Not the people that listen to it, just the people that kind of, oh yeah, local band. And we run into this so often, just say, oh yeah, I've heard of you guys. I've never come to see it. Yeah, but you're a cover band, right? And I said, no.
Not exactly.
No, it's not. I'm just saying that people have that in their head. Well, you play down the street at Continental Club, so you're cover band.
Yeah.
That's not what Continental is. That's not what we are, but that's fine. Go ahead. Do what you do. We're doing what we do. And, I've no interest whatsoever in going back to see Standards, but I do want to do those songs in a live setting. I think that the good thing about Blagmatic is Paul was able to kind of grab that live sound because made us record in the room together.
Yeah.
And so we essentially kept the drums, kept the guitar, kept the bass, and then we're able to put the frills on top of it and build it from the ground. This thing here, we kind of hovered the roof over it and just lined up the walls and then dropped it all together and just said, take it, So this one has a really good feel. And Paul, like I was saying earlier, I asked him if he liked the order of the songs, and he said, yeah, it's
yeah. And Paul really was producing this record, co-producing. He insisted that we get, like with the singles, he said, well, just say it's, because y'all produce it as well. Just say Blaggards and Paul Beebe. So, okay. But like we're talking about earlier, trying to come up with arrangements on the spot. This album did take a long time, but it was mostly mixing and overdubs. It would have taken a lot longer too. If it probably wouldn't be done right now if it wasn't for Paul, because he helped us on the spot. When like some songs were brand new. Sweet 16 when it recorded was brand new. El Paso was brand new, and he came up with, how about you do this, guys, or try this, move this over this, and the album's like 100% better than it would have been if we didn't have Paul producing. So
yeah, I was talking about it last night with some friends that I just dawned on me last night when I heard it again, because we recorded it in a pandemic, because we recorded it in this. I was listening to the lyrics. I didn't, as you noticed, I didn't go into the studio with any lyrics. We went in and we kind of took what we got. I was listening to it last night. I was like, that's what we're going with. Okay. Meaning the lyrics are, we're going to have to put a parental or PG-13 or 17, whatever on the record, because it dawned on me yesterday when I'm hearing, I said, oh yeah, we're frustrated. We want to get out and play. We want to do our thing, and we're stuck. And so I think it comes out in the record. I think we have that tension in the record. I think it's in there because I know it's in the lyrics.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so if your kids are listening to it, maybe you want to give them a lollipop and distract them.
Or just don't discuss it. Just let it kind of blow over, and they may not even notice what you're talking about because
Yeah.
Yeah. And at some point, maybe later this year or whatever, I have hours and hours of footage that I've recorded in most of the early sessions, video footage of us in the studio.
Yeah.
And my intention was eventually, when I can find time, or we can get somebody else to put it together for us too, to put together a little documentary.
Cool.
Of the making of the album.
BLAGMATIC, the documentary.
People will find this footage a lot more interesting after their record comes out. I think you can see how the songs are put together. How
I
we
released the
came up with it.
DVD box set.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hey, what else is new?
Coffee.
Yeah.
How's that coffee?
It's
Delightful. It's gone.
Yeah.
A little bit left.
It was very good.
We're in the coffee. We're in the coffee business. We're going to be in the coffee business. And day is today, Tuesday. So Tuesday. Yeah, actually, probably by the next show. The next show, we'll probably have some in hand. We will have some in hand. So what we're doing is we're working with a local roaster, local to a friend of ours, Nania Arts up in Omaha, Nebraska, and we've come up with a coffee that we like. They sent us a bunch of samples. We picked out the ones that we like, and we're going to basically have a Blaggard brew, and we're going to be selling it. We're going to be essentially Juan Valdez, right?
I think it's pronounced Juan Valdez.
Valdez is it?
There's three of us. There we go. Yeah.
Oh,
Juan.
yeah. So we're gonna start out with the dark roast. We're gonna holidays roll around. We're gonna have a holiday blend, and if
Cinnamon.
If we like it, and it's all fair trade. It's all organic. It's the good shit. It's not the freeze dried taster choice bucket of crap. This is gourmet coffee. So people that really enjoy coffee, I know there's a ton of us. It was great seeing Dalton Flint's mug in front of the picture, in front of the monitor with the So yeah, we've been talking about working with stuff that we like.
Yeah.
Versus, there's great story with Iron Maiden, and Rod Smallwood got the call and said, hey, we're I forget, Adidas or somebody had said, we want to give you a bunch of money and a bunch of product, and so your band will wear the stuff, and they're all, I think it was the Somewhere in Time record. No, it wasn't. It was the Peace of Mind record, and they're all dressed in these. They look like bad rap, or breakdancers. It was awful. They're pastel colors, and you just that's not Iron. That's not Iron Maiden.
Seriously,
it's like putting Black Sabbath in a tutu. You don't. So anyway, so we're speaking of tutus, we're looking to replace the shit coffee with the good stuff,
the real stuff,
and we're
Juan Valdez approved.
Yes.
What coffee was he the spokesman for, or the
Juan Valdez?
Juan Valdez and his donkey.
If somebody can, the first person to answer the question, what was the coffee that was Juan Valdez approved, will win a prize.
A signed drumstick.
A signed drumstick from Eric C. Hughes.
Whoa.
A pair of them.
Unless
you're Rick Allen.
Then I'll tell you, then it was Folgers.
Get out of here.
I win.
Maxwell's house? No.
Just let people write them. I'll send them some drumsticks. It'll be fun.
Wow.
We'll all sign them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and how was the, how did you guys enjoy the Dogs on Hogs and Scotty's? Did you like that?
It was pretty all right.
I kind of appreciate that.
Yeah.
Some of the.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say. What
We
I
haven't played the show yet, people. Anyway, yeah.
I was gonna make some joke about it. It's actually more like hogs on dogs.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I told when I texted Jeff to see if he was available for this weekend. I told him about that show, and he goes, "Oh, great, that should be interesting." Like, yeah, should be interesting. So yeah,
It was
That
great.
is- we
It
fun.
is great. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
We've talked about, we did a bike rally once before.
We've
Long
done a
time
few. We did Galveston. We did
Oh yeah,
Lake
that's right.
Somerville. We've done
Right. Well, the one that was really memorable was
Somerville.
yeah, because the bikers were actually on their bikes in front of us in the show.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was that big
Reverends
festival.
instead of clapping.
What was the festival called in Galveston that we played?
Oh, that's the Lone
was
Star
the-
Bike Rally. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
big one.
But that was just kind of like a South by for bikers, basically. There was
We played the L Orbits played the Rot Rally up in. I think I mentioned this before, up in Austin, which was completely like, what the fuck are we doing here?
yeah.
There's a bunch of bikers, and then there's 5 guys on stage all dressed in suits singing "Fly Me to the Moon." Yeah, it was weird. It
So
was
the-
a weird show.
That would have been a good moped.
I'm not sure
Festival, so.
why the L Orbits of all things.
It's a good band. It fits anywhere.
Yeah, at a biker rally. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was fun. Fucking hot that day too. Wearing suits
Nah.
outside. Oh Lord, it
It's
was
coming.
hot.
It's
Can't
coming.
wait. Can't
Yeah.
wait. You know why? We don't wear suits.
That's right.
We don't wear jackets and ties.
We wear flip flops and.
No.
Sure. No.
Hang on now.
I saw another band. I saw the stool and the flip flops and the shorts. I was like, "Are you one step? Is this your suicide note? Because if you don't kill yourself, I'm gonna kill you."
It's a cry for help.
Yeah.
That's the cry for
God.
we need to print up. I need to print up like a little business card that says, like, musicians prevention line.
Yeah.
Prevent you from being a musician. Call this number. Stop doing that.
Yes. Yes. We're gonna hear more today from our friend Tim up in Maine and Slapley, Maine, SlapperCast, Maine. But it was just enjoyable talking to him because he's you see why if you've seen last week's episode, you know why. Complete head case, but the passion and that drive to be a good band. It's not often, you see a lot of bands and they're good and they're kind of blowing smoke and they can do, it's such a delight when you have somebody whose energy matches their band's product,
Yeah.
The Outsiders are one of those bands that they don't take a song off. And that's why we like them, because we you look down our set list and 162 beats per minute, 180 beats per minute, 100. And it's not just that it's fast, but there's changes and there's twists and there's turns. And we don't take the time out. Hey, let's put a slow one in there. Yeah. Oh, okay. And we'll probably skip over it. But still, to have that, and Tim is that, but that's got to be a cold Yankee territorial thing where of course not all bands, but a lot of those bands that we know from up there are just foot to the floor.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like every band that I played with up there had a substantial, like Blaggards had, or Oldies or whoever else I played with, substantial set list. I mean, when I would play with my buddy Morris and Steve, Morris just had so many songs. He had to bring a lyric book, and his lyric book was that fucking thick of songs. And he would just be like, "Oh, I know which one we'll play." Flip, and then we would just play all this music.
Has he ever thought of an iPad? Did he put it on the
Oh my god! I mean, bad enough that it's bad enough that there was a music stand on stage and he had his lyrics, but I get it because he just knew so many songs. But there's just so many lyrics that you can remember, and a lot of times it was just a guide from anyway. But I mean, the band I played with Brent. I mean, our set list was fucking gigantic, So maybe so. I don't know if that's a thing or not. But I know that in all those bands that I played with up there wasn't a lot of dead time in between songs because it was kind of keep people dancing, keep people drinking kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a thing. I don't know.
And we're still holding out hope that we're going to get to play with the Outsiders up in Philly and beyond, because I've been on the phone all this week, last week, Tuesday, all last on trying to get the places booked and get that. And also too, we got, so not only reward music and new record and coffee and all this stuff, we've got we're working with our friends up in Nania Arts up in Omaha. We're working with them on a possible trip with us. Fly everybody up to Omaha and spend a weekend with us and include a couple of shows and some stuff that you just can't see anywhere else. So this summer, if you were planning on going to Ireland, which it's definitely not going to happen now, they have again put in concrete that they're not going to open the pubs till December. So we're not.
Good Lord.
Every time I say that, it hurts. It hurts my what's left of my little black soul. It just because I remember they've been shut since last year too.
Yeah.
So
and it's just getting worse.
And it's getting So Ireland's not going to happen for us, and as bad as we feel about that, we're going to try to make something happen. See if we can do like a small run and have some people come up with us. So I was working with her name is June Narnia. Everybody knows June, and she is so beautiful. She's about this big, and she's Italian, so she talks with her hands. She's got the worst reception on the phone because she
loves it when we talk about her on the show too.
Yeah, I know. I get special cat hair rubbed on my pillow when we visit. But we're working with Sienna and June Narnia, and I'm so dead. They're putting this together, and they're also involved in the coffee as well. They've been and I didn't mention on the coffee, god damn it. So on the coffee, it's the money is going to charity, by the way. We're helping it along, but this is a charity cause. It's just, and it's going to the homeless, and Sienna does so much work with the homeless, and I think she does about 98% of her waking hours, which is 23 and a half hours a day, and she works with these people, and she works for these people, and she's always giving. Amazing woman. And she lets June tag along. She feeds them, Anyway, so this is.
Without sorry to interrupt, but without Santa, June would probably be homeless herself. So
that's exactly. Say that again, please.
So sorry. Without Sienna, Junebug, I like to call him Junebug because he's so little. Junebug would
a Junebug.
A Junebug. It's a bug. It's a June. That's not weird at all. Would probably be homeless without her. So it's a fair trade.
Guaranteed.
Speaking of fair trade, it's a fair trade relationship.
He's a bass player.
What are you
sorry? She's a bass player. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a bass player.
June, call me. the Monty Python skit. If you don't call within the next 5 minutes, we're going to talk some more about you.
Yeah.
So call me.
I think now we'll both have cat hair pillows.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. Big time. Pussy pillows. So let's take a moment and enjoy that.
When is this trip?
Yeah. So I think we're gonna shoot for July, and Sienna's hard at work on it right now. So there's a lot to digest. Hit the rewind button, go back to the beginning of the day, and go back and listen to this again, because it's going to be there's a lot going on, and we're just really trying to kick this thing into gear. Right? We're not trying. We are kicking this thing into gear, and it's beginning to come about. So a lot of stuff going on, and if you like coffee, you're in the right place. If you like rock and roll, you've always been in the right place. And if you like if you want to come up with us and see a completely different part of the world with some of the greatest people on the planet, we're going to have some more information for you. Mm-hmm. Might even have by the time this is out, might even have a little faux itinerary, something.
Yeah.
Something guy. So. Yeah. I think this was I
think this was very productive.
Yes. Yeah. Indeed. Just congratulations to the chaps here for getting this shit out, and we're ready to take it on the road. We are ready to go play this shit for you.
Yeah. And we were going to have the second segment of Tim Aballo in the show, but I don't know if we have time for it now.
Just cut out all that shit we talked about the record.
Yeah. No, we do. Because I started recording earlier. Yeah. So
cut out all that crap. Yeah.
We already talked about Tim. There's a lot more of that interview to come. Or conversation, wasn't really an interview.
Yeah.
When you said enjoy the Slayer, we were. I remember coming home from a gig, and we had a guest musician in the van, and I was playing that stuff because and it was one of those like 80,000 beats per minute songs, like, And
cattle decapitation. I'm sure.
yeah, Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, all that shit, you know. But I remember playing it, and the little voice comes from the back and goes, "What are you listening to?" Rock. And it's it's not my cup of tea. Yeah, shut up. We don't like your fucking tea either.
Open the window and put your head out.
Yeah. Listen to it. Yeah. Listen to something a little quieter. But yeah,
I can't hear the jazz flute.
So the country opens up tomorrow, Wednesday. Wink, wink. 9 a.m. Where's the first place? And forget the brew shop. Just you're getting in a
van. Burn it down and get in the van.
Where do you go?
Look at the trailer.
Where do you go? First stop.
Fucking Houston, Texas, to play with the Blaggards.
See?
Not the Blaggards. Fucking, I always say the. God damn it, it's Blaggards. There's no the. Where's the fiddle? I've been watching this on and off here over at the shop. I have to shut it off when the normal people come in, but the episode. Where's the fucking fiddle? He couldn't make it, but his parents still came.
Damn right. His parents, yeah. So first stop is Houston. Where's the drummer and the bass player right now? Are they at home in bed?
Right now, what time is it? So it's 8:58 Eastern Standard Time. Merc is probably doing Mercaritas, which is straight tequila, but he's diabetic, so it's okay, I guess. I don't have fucking killer drum. Dude, this kid is phenomenal. He's got metal rods in his legs, and that's a true story. He was in an accident, and he's still. I think he's a part machine. Bartlett's a firefighter, and I think he's working tonight. But we come here. We have a secret party we're playing tomorrow.
Jolene doesn't know?
No. She's coming. She has to drive me home.
Oh.
So it was a joke. It was a joke. You know what? I'm out of here.
Yeah.
You're not going to get my sense of humor, Patrick? Chad gets me. Chad, you're a great drummer. You play the fuck out of those bagpipes.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
A fucking old vacuum from the cartoons.
So you got the EP, man. You guys, so much shit going on.
Can you just ADD in action?
Yeah.
And
ADL
lowered.
You lowered,
disorder.
Yeah.
And I want to take a page out of your book and do a vinyl release.
Yes.
Oh God, man, you have to.
Oh, that would be phenomenal. I priced it out. It's not feasible right now. I'm still in 1997. Oh, people will buy CDs. Don't you drive around with the big case? Page 7. I'm not looking. I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Well, now do you deal directly with distributors, or do you have any contact with the beer?
As far as like sponsorship or anything like that, you mean?
Yeah.
It's touch and go, really. I mean,
well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you into a secret too. Two things is, one, you need to have a fucking sponsor. You need to have a guitar with that fucking Lone Star on it or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is. But you also need a whiskey sponsor, and you need those guys print that fucking vinyl for you.
Well, whiskey and I, we have a history.
I know it rhymes, but it doesn't have to be. Listen. We
actually have a song called "Whiskey Hangover" from our 2017 release, Iatrophobia, which translates that's fear of a doctor. One time I was in Vegas. I was making my way through all the guys doing that with the little nudie cards. Collect the whole set. Collect the whole set. There's 3,802.
Oh, I have all of them.
Chad,
not by choice.
Chad, tell them how you came across every single porn card in Vegas. Tell them how it happened. Please.
Oh, they've been. So it was a running joke for a few years after the first time we went to Vegas, and Patrick and Mike, our original drummer, were walking around. Well, not original, our last drummer.
Mike McAloon. I remember him.
Yeah. Our drummer of 11 years. Anyway.
I thought he played the bass.
Yeah, right. They got a big wad of those things, and they started appearing on my stuff. Like sometimes during shows, I turn around and there was a card. And I'm like, going, what the hell? And then years later, I would open up like there was one time I bought. I think that the pinnacle of the joke was we bought it. We were coming home from Phoenix or something, and I had this sandwich in a little box I bought in the grocery store, and Patrick waited till I wasn't paying attention, and I hadn't opened it yet. I opened it, and there's the first thing I see is one of those cards sitting there. Like, okay, you're not gonna top that. It was like a magic trick.
Oh my lord! That's the long joke, man. Paid off.
It was
the long tail.
It was the plastic sandwich, inside the book where you had to unsnap it to where I had to just undo the to get the card inside it. So it was literally tits up when you open up the bag and you put yes. And you pull it up. So for years and years and years after that, because we collected every single one of the 3,142 porn cards in Vegas, and Chad has the whole collection thanks to it. So there you go.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I doff my cap to you, sir.
Yes, that was good. Well, let me ask you this.
Ask me, baby. Go.
The highest of the Lord. Well, two things. One, can we do this again? Because I want to add. We're probably going to do. Chad, what do you think? We'll do 2 sections of this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I guess we are going long, aren't we? Yeah, we probably will do a 2-parter. That's all right.
Yeah, listen. Let's do it. No, that's good. That's good. But listen,
God damn it,
Chad's like, dude, no, don't encourage him. He's a loose cannon, and I don't want to deal with this. I'm a drummer. Leave.
A drummer with a
spot on.
Yeah. So the second thing is, I want to talk to you offline, and we're gonna do another one where we kind of just continue this stuff. We'll do it at another time like this where you're laid back and have a couple of frosty beverages, maybe Chad will join. But let's do it again with Eric, and we'll just have a powwow. But we'll also be able to add some details and some dates.
Yes. Harrisburg, motherfuckers, and maybe even up this way. I don't know how far you guys want to go.
We go all the way.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
we got to get back up there. It's been way too long.
Yeah, man. Literally way too long because it's 2012. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It was the night I saw. It's the night I saw the UFO getting into my truck to go fucking to the gig in Portland.
UFO, really?
Oh, excuse me. Or UAP is the 2020 proper nomenclature.
Oh, is that the politically correct term?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
So wait, tell us about this.
Believe me, it was a really mean aliens. Mean, really mean. They like me though.
They like me. People are saying, yeah.
Everyone is saying, Patty, terrible hat, beautiful hair, great coffee. His legs almost as smooth as Melania's. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah,
very good.
So in 2016, leading up to the election, everyone thought the impression was really funny until he was elected, and then it became like Tim stop, and I couldn't fucking stop. I was like, believe me, Donnie, Teflon Don, nothing sticks to me except the California potato chip I put on your back. It's my cum, and you're gonna eat it tomorrow when it's hard, crispy, little tiny mushroom. So you're not recording anymore, are you?
No. 30 minutes ago.
Now we ran out of tape.
Perfect. Yeah. Why is there stuff moving on the bottom? I was getting ready to meet you guys. Alyssa was going to go up with Jolene. Alyssa was the same person. She was going to go up to the Portland Asylum gig with some friends. And I got into my truck to go load in early. And I'm getting into my truck and I look to, what direction would that be? South. East. So the south.
Nobody's going to verify this.
No, you're right. So I looked to the southeast and I saw a commercial plane coming normal thing. Like we live in the Portland and Bangor jet path. So not a big deal. But for some reason I stopped and I'm watching this plane and I see this red light appear behind it. And immediately I needed a skeptic. So I ran inside and I grabbed Alyssa by the wrist and I go, don't even get your shoes! Don't even get your shoes! And she's like, oh my God, something's on fire. Someone's hurt. And I go, look. Because I think it was like October, right?
Yeah.
So she had no shoes. So she was angry about that. But so she's out here and I go, what the fuck is that? And as we're watching it, it went from, I'll demonstrate on the camera. So commercial planes flying, all of a sudden, zoop, little red light. And then it went like this, and then came back up real close, real quick, and then went at a 45-degree angle, and red light went, it imploded on itself. And I try to be skeptical. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And Alyssa looked at me, because she's the ultimate skeptic. And she kind of, she's my grounding. She levels me a lot. She's like, Tim, really? But she was like, what the fuck? And that was like, aha! They're coming. I told you they were touching my butthole.
Oh, crazy. Wow. Yeah, it's been in the news that they just declassified a bunch of stuff. So
yeah,
who knows, man.
Like weird. Like that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fascinating. And at the same time, it's like the universe is infinite. It's not finite that we know of. So
yeah.
I don't know.
It's a big world.
Bitburger's fine. Finite beers.
Finite beers.
I'm sorry, I had a lot to say.
So we got. That's good.
No,
That's why I said it on this show too. I said we're going to have you on a few times because A, you got to hear what you got to say, and B, there's a lot of.
He's insane. He's literally insane.
He is gone. He's been gone for a long fucking time.
Maybe next time I'll wear the lower outfit there.
Please.
Yeah.
It looks like an Elvis outfit from here.
Where did you? No.
Are you familiar with the band Ghost?
Elvis.
No.
Elvis. From Mad Sin.
Oh, Elvis, yeah.
Elvis. Yes, I'm familiar with Ghost. They opened up for Iron Maiden a few tours back. Yeah.
Yes, I remember hearing about that. I was late to the party somehow about Ghost. And just one day it was like super slow at the store and I like typed into fucking Spotify. I'm like, Ghost. And haven't stopped listening since. And like 2017, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. Like, and it checked all the boxes, like the theatrics and the blaspheming. And I was like, oh, this is my shit. And because I love metal. I love that shit too. So like
you like everything, sir.
I do. I like good music. If it's got soul, if it's not linear, mindless drivel, like I don't know, just anytime you turn on the radio and I don't know, I get so in my own head and burned out on that shit. But
yeah, we're not going to send you our new record then because it's actually called
you. It is amazing.
Oh,
the two songs I've heard, Moonshiner and Second Worst Girlfriend, fucking phenomenal. And that key change, it was like a half step or to a minor, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes to minor. Yeah.
You want to talk about that? If that was a compact disc, it would be double glazed. It'd be a Krispy Kreme.
Well, I tell you what, when we do the second one, when we do this part two, actually, this is going to be many parts to this. But I'm gonna
be continued.
Yeah,
Crazy
we're gonna
guy
do
from the north.
We're gonna do an Outsiders song, and you guys are gonna do a Blaggards song.
Yeah.
When we tour together.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, but because you were telling me about your podcast, and you said, give me a song. So I thought Second Worst because it's got that psychobilly,
totally.
It's
it's Slayer, but it's fucking rockabilly, and it's Blaggards, not because there's no fucking and the fiddle player will come when he fucking comes.
Yes,
checks in the mail.
We call it the second coming, but he's not.
So that's what I was going to call the second part when I released the whole trilogy on one, like fucking part one and then the second coming.
CUMING.
What's that?
CUMING.
Of course.
Second coming. Yeah, good man.
Is another way to spell it?
Yeah, there's no other way. There's no other way.
There isn't.
I was just testing you, making sure that okay. So we're gonna wrap this, but listen, this is part one of the infinite, not the finite, the infinite. Okay.
And Tim, tell us the name of your podcast one more time.
Drinking with Pete and Tim. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Bean Flickr Pods, or some fucking thing. I don't know.
Love Bean Flickr. Yeah.
Grinder.
Awesome. Okay.
Great Judas Priest song. Grinder, looking for meat.
That really is an East Coast thing, isn't it?
What? Grinder?
That's our drummer's catchphrase. He's grinding. He's grinding. Grinding.
How come there's no
I think he got it from Bill Burr. Yeah.
Bill Burr. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I quit car.
Excellent.
Cops. Tom Brady. The beer's too hoppy. Fuck it. What a stupid accent. I was born in that state, and I don't fucking talk like that.
No,
I don't talk like the people up here in Maine. Jesus Christ, it's fucking warm today, huh?
If you talked like you were from New England, we wouldn't have had you on.
I love it.
Listen,
Yes, sir.
can thank you enough. This is going to happen again and again and again.
Please.
Get your rest, get your beer, and make sure you tell Marty McFly and Jolene that that's what I want to hear.
I got spares over here. I didn't know how long we were going to be, so
We're gonna link to your podcast. We're gonna link to your YouTube channel and all that stuff.
awesome, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, let's do it again. I cannot.
Absolutely, dude.
It's gonna
stop.
be
Don't thank
ongoing.
me.
Ongoing.
I'm just an idiot with a microphone. Don't thank me.
But he's going to be on again and again and again. Because
yeah.
With I purposely did it like you were in New Orleans, and we did it on purpose just to get him in. But when we do bring him back, you're going to be in it. So it's going to be think of a forest fire inside of a hurricane or a thing. I mean, this is going to be insane because he's not only passionate and in love with what he does, but he's also a people person. He's also a big time. He's a huge personality. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch last week's. He truly is. He's a fireball, and we'll
and also too, we only touched on it briefly in last week's show, but his podcast that he does with his friend Pete, Drinking with Pete and Tim, is really, really good. It's better than this show, honestly. They put a lot of work into it. There's a really high production value. They're kind of doing a little skit comedy here and there, and they're both just hilarious. They riff off each other really well. I'm so every time I listen to a show, I'm just surprised at how much work they put into it. You know, they really do. They've been working hard on this show for several months. They started it as Tim told us last week. He started that show during the pandemic to kind of stay sane because they couldn't really go out or play shows or anything. So, but anyway, yeah, it's really great. So you should check it out. Drinking with Pete and Tim. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, let's come out and see a show. Come out and get some coffee. We're gonna have a good time.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
See you next week.
You ready?
All right.
Yep, we're rolling.
Oh, we're rolling.
Yeah.
All this time?
All this time.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Did I say anything bad?
Yes, you did.
I know you thought something bad all the time.
I live there.